Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be making a delicious cow heel soup. Remember, for all the ingredients and measurements, it will be listed down below in the description box. So guys, today me and my family are in the mood for some cow heel soup. It's snowing outside and there's nothing better than a bowl of warm cow heel soup on a beautiful snowy day. So guys, before I show you what you'll need, this is my cow heel that I already washed and prepared. I'm going to take this over to the stove and I'll show you how to start preparing your cow heel. So guys, to my pot, I have some water coming up to a boil and I'm just going to add in my cow heel. And to that, I will go in with about 1 tablespoon to 1.5 tablespoons of salt. Now just mix it up a little bit so that the salt can be distributed evenly in the water. We are going to allow this to come up to a boil, and as soon as it comes up to a boil, you want to discard of that water. So guys, now that my cow heel come up to a boil, as you can see all those froth and how it's looking, that is what I don't really like. So that's one of the reasons I like to boil it and discard of that water. So now I'm going to strain my cow heel off, and I'm going to add it to my pressure pot. But before I add it to my pressure pot, I'm going to add in some onions, some scallions, and I'm also going to add in a few sprigs of thyme. I want to start flavoring up the water for my soup, so I'll just add in those few ingredients for now. Now I'm going to go strain my cow heel and I'll add it to my pot and I'll come back and show you. So guys, this is how it should be looking. I strained out the water and I rinsed it off, and now I'm just going to go add it to my pressure pot. So now that that's in there, you want to make sure that everything is submerged under the water, and you can add about 1 teaspoon of salt. Remember, you don't want to add too much of salt right now because you don't want to over salt the pot. So I'm just going to add in about 1 teaspoon here or less, and I'm going to close my pressure pot and I'm going to cook this until the meat is nice and tender. I am going to pressure mine for about 35 to 40 minutes first before I check on it. You want to make sure that you check your pot at all time so that there is enough liquid in there. So I'll see you guys back in a few. In the meantime, I'm going to go prepare the rest of the ingredients for my soup. Now for the other ingredients I'll be using for today's video is, here I have some coconut milk. I added 1 can of coconut milk in my measuring cup and I bring it up to 4 cups of liquid here. And in here I have some okra, corn, thyme, pepper, scallion, onion. I have a piece of rosemary, carrots. And here's my provision. I have plantain, sweet potato, and cassava, also known as yucca. For my dry ingredients here, I have some seasoning salt, complete seasoning, chicken bouillon, and this is the tomato flavor, just to add a little bit of color to my soup. And here I have some accent and 2 bay leaf. In this container here, I have some green seasoning. I'm also going to be using some better than bouillon, roasted beef based, and over here I have some granulated chicken flavor soup base mix. This is actually my first time using this, and this is how it looks. I'll add that in my soup for flavor. I'm also going to be adding some dumplings to my pot, and I'm going to show you what you'll need for that as well. And for my dumpling, I'll be using some warm water, flour, sugar, butter, salt, and baking powder. Now let's start mixing our dumpling dough. I'm going to go ahead and add in my sugar here, my salt, my baking powder, and my butter. Now you want to go in with your hands and mix to make sure that everything is nicely distributed within the flour. Once everything is nicely distributed, you're going to go in with your warm water. Now you're going to add a little bit at a time because you don't want the dough to get extra sticky. So guys, once your dough comes together, You're gonna form it into a nice, neat dough ball, and we're just gonna place it on the side and allow it to sit until we are ready for it. Now to my pot, I'm going to go in with a few tablespoons of butter, which I forgot to mention you will need. Just spin this around and allow it to melt. And to that, I will go in with my green seasoning. You want to mix that together and allow everything to infuse really nice. And now I'm going to go in with my cassava, my sweet potato, and I'm also going to go in with my sweet plantain. I'm going to take my sweet plantain out. I just wanted to fry up with the green seasoning and everything for a few minutes, and then I'll just fish that out and add it back to the pot when the pot has a few minutes left to finish. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix everything up. Allow everything to be coated evenly with the seasoning. Now I'm going to go in with my thyme, my corn, my rosemary, my carrots, and my onions. So I'll keep my scallions and my okra on the side for now. I'm also going to go in here with all my dry ingredients and my bay leaf. And we're going to mix this again together. Make sure that everything is nicely combined. And I'm going to start taking out my plantains and placing them on the side. Now to that, I will go in with my coconut milk. And here's a look at my cow heel, guys, after I finish pressuring it. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, I like to use some of the water. Now we're just going to mix this and make sure that everything is nicely combined. So now that my pot come up to a boil, I'm going to go in here with my better than bouillon paste. And I'm also going to go in with my chicken flavor soup base. Now give all of that a good mix. Allow everything to distribute nicely in the pot. Now after everything is nicely distributed, you can taste to make sure that there is enough salt. If you would like to add some more salt, you can use some of the complete seasoning as a salt substitute, or you can even use some of the chicken flavor base that I used earlier. Now we are going to allow this to continue cooking until all your provision is nice and soft, you know, to the way you like it. And I will come back and show you guys when I'm ready to add something else to the pot, or you know, when we're ready for the next step. So guys, now that everything is halfway cooked, we are going to add in our sweet plantains. We're going to give that some cooking time before we add anything else to the pot. So guys, after about 10 minutes of adding the plantain to the pot, I'm going to start adding in my dumplings and all the remaining ingredients I have on the side. I'm going to first go in with my pepper. I didn't add it too early to the pot because I didn't want it to burst. So now I'm going to start going in with my dumplings, and I'm going to make small dough balls like this and just drop them anywhere in the pot. You want to try to make them all the same size, so when you test one of them, you know that they're all done. Now after I add in my dumplings, I'm going to go in here with my okra, and I'm going to go in with all my scallions. And now let's just give this a stir. You want to be very gentle because of the dumplings. You don't want them to break and fall apart. Now just allow everything to come up to a boil, and the dumplings should need about 5 minutes to cook. After 5 minutes, you can turn your stove off and allow this to cool down, and it is ready to serve, guys. If you want your sauce to be a little bit more thick, then go ahead and allow it to come down to the thickness that you like. So I'm just going to allow my dumpling to cook for a few minutes before I take this off. After about 3 minutes, you want to go in and just flip the dumplings to the other side if you can, and you know, allow them to cook evenly on both sides. Your dumpling will usually take about 5 minutes to cook. So guys, that's it. Everything is nicely cooked. I'm just going to turn my stove off, allow this to cool down, and it is ready to serve. I'll plate some of this up and show you guys the end result. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoy watching this video as I enjoy putting it together for you all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed for more delicious recipe. As usual, I want to say thank you for watching, goodbye, and I'll see you in my next video.